Hello everyone, my name is Matthew Hurst and this is Combat Grappling. Today we'll talk about what a black belt means. Now, before we can answer this question, we need to know that black belts are different depending on your sport. Not all black belts are created equally. So a karate one won't be the same as a jiu-jitsu one, and a jiu-jitsu one won't be the same as a judo one. That's because a different skill set is required for each black belt. Now, when we look at black belts, we know to achieve one, there's a test. Usually you're not just given one, you're always going to have to be tested in some way. So whenever you see a black belt, you know that they've gone through a test, whether it's fighting a difficult line of people, or whether it's performing their forms, or it's doing a full kata. They've gone through some kind of test. And to get to that test, they've needed a certain amount of time in the sport. So that's two things that almost all black belts will have in common. They'll have time in the sport, and they'll have a specific test. Now, during their time in the sport, they usually learn a couple lessons. Right at the top is respect. So everybody who's wearing that black belt should be respectful to everyone in the club, and they should know that they aren't above anyone in the club just because they have that black belt. They should be warm, they should be welcoming, and they should know that they are a center point for their martial art. They're here to say, I'm the black belt in this martial art, and I'm here to show you what I am as a person and what I represent in the sport. So, a black belt means quite a bit. But just because you have a black belt, it doesn't mean you're unstoppable. A lot of the times, we'll see blue belts, we'll see white belts, we'll see other belts fighting with black belts, and they'll win. Just because you have a higher belt doesn't always mean you're a better fighter. Or vice versa, just because you have a lower belt doesn't mean the person who's a higher belt is better than you are. So just remember, having a black belt means you've passed a test, it means you've been in the sport, and it should mean that you have a great amount of respect for the people around you. But it doesn't make you a better person, and it doesn't make anyone better than you are. My name's Matt Hurst, and this is Combat Grappling.